Hi, I'm Scott. Just wanted to give a little update on this global bartering site and maybe talk a little bit about where this is coming from. We've just put it up. It's pretty much a placeholder at the moment. We haven't done too much to build that, as I guess there's just a lot going on, but it's a thought that we have, and I'm pretty keen to just head down that path and see where it goes. I think we see a lot of bartering on the local area, which makes a lot of sense. Global bartering is something that is unexplored. I think, we need to be ones that don't see obstacles, we see the solutions, and it's pretty evident through the global inflation side, or Inflation Freedom Global, that we can see Sri Lanka and places like that on there where they're having a lot of problems. And from my interviews on there with Venezuela, Brazil, countries like that, one thing that comes through very clearly is that we need to get income streams outside of our local economy, because as inflation kicks in, our local economy is raped. While you sleep, you lose the money. Inflation is a tax. It's a dishonest tax, if there's such a thing as an honest tax. But it's a dishonest tax where the government is taking our wealth, our financial and wealth, and our way of life while we sleep. People see the numbers, $10,000 in the bank, say, and they think, well, I got $10,000. But with inflation, that could be eaten away. 20% inflation, which probably all of us can agree we're at least at minimum of that. Look at the groceries where you live going up. And like Brazil said, they blame the supply chain issues and things for years. They come up with things, wars and things. They can hide the dramas of the facts, or the truth of the fact is that it's inflation. The truth of the fact is that nobody wants to make the hard political decisions of what needs to be made. Point being, a lot of problems are potentially coming down the pipeline. So I'm going to encourage you to start to take responsibility in many different ways, but one of them that everybody that's been through this and has said is bartering. Let's explore bartering. Let's explore this global bartering idea, and maybe there's things we can do. I know years ago here in Australia the Greeks used to do black market money. Now, I'm not suggesting we do that, but as a principle of what would happen, a family here in Australia wanted to send money to its family in Greece. Well, they wouldn't go to a normal currency exchange. They would give it to basically a black market money man here, who would then call his family in Greece, who would give the people the equivalent money over there, and it was always better than the going rate. Now, I'm again not suggesting that we set up any black market money, but if you have an idea, put it up there. Maybe you've got something like a house that you're happy for people to come and have a holiday in, and put it on there. And when you put it on there, somebody from another part of the world, another part of your country, might contact you and say, hey, I'd really like to do that, and I can offer you this. And we start to see that happening. I've did some work here in Australia with container homes, where I actually had one until my situation changed. I was working on it, but we would get an old container that wasn't in too bad a shape, put doors and things in it. I bought used stuff, used kitchens, used doorways and things that people had pulled out, and I basically ended up building a livable unit which somebody actually lived in for a while and were paying $180 a week to be there. And that container owed me about $800 in the end. And it was so easily done. It's something that even again globally you could say, hey, somebody could come and live in that. I mean, those sort of things, the creative of that, Let's stir the creative. So I just want to put this quick little video out to encourage you to get your creative juices flowing. If you've got something that you think other people around the world, other people around your country could potentially have interest in, put it on the site. Maybe nothing will happen, but it just gets a conversation started. And that's what we want. Let's start the conversation, because it's always easier to steer a moving vehicle. Let's be that moving vehicle together. So looking forward to seeing what you all put up. Obviously, don't put a lounge suite up. This lounge suite up in New Zealand that you're offering to the US. That ain't going to happen, but you follow it. We've all got common sense. Let's see where it goes. God bless you. We win.